This is the O Review podcast. O Review.
All right, it's been a couple years, and I've amassed a few more of these bad boys. What we have here are the one-chip challenges from 2019, 2020, 2021, and now the official 2022 version. So I haven't done any of the 2022 or 2021 editions, and I don't plan to do them today, so we're going to jump right to the current year and see how this goes. I heard last year's was a doozy, but I've only heard that, I haven't tried it, so we'll leave that up to your imagination. This one was packed a punch, and the gimmick with this one was like a black corn or something like that. This one is a staining blue tongue edition. So basically, I guess once you're done eating it, you prove that you've done it by sticking out your tongue, which I will not do, but it kind of just shows that you've gone through it. And of course I don't have a knife, so 1 second. There we go. So we're just gonna slip that real quick right towards my vein. That's always the best way to do the knife, or maybe towards your thumb. There we go. And let's see what's inside. All right, so we've got a few things inside. Looks pretty similar to what we had before. So we have the one chip, which is in its own package as such. Feels like it's intact this time. Last time it was broken, which was good because we had a co-host and we were able to split it. We've got something that says I've crushed it, which we will hopefully not fail. And then we've got just some rules. So here are the rules. Eat the entire chip, prove it, show us your tongue, wait as long as possible before drinking or eating anything, and post your reaction on social media. All right, so again, comes in a nice coffin box to seal your fate. And now let's check out the chip. So I've got an array of a few things to drink here. Got the Canada Clear re-release, the Elements Snapple re-release, and then Nitro Pepsi, which I'm not a huge fan of, but we might need it. There we go. All right, so once again, we do have the black chip. No real odor to it. But I guess hidden within this black chip is going to be some, heavy blue food dye of some sort. All right, so we're going to do a timer, which I don't have a timer going, but I do have my recording going. So maybe we can sort of use this as some sort of timer of sorts. All right, so it's 3:57 at 4 minutes. I will put it in, which is now. Actually tastes really good. Not unsurprisingly, because the Packery chips do have a pretty good flavor to them. Just trying to determine what taste it is. Swallowed, 45 seconds. I don't know, I want to say just maybe like a normal, I don't know, it doesn't really have like an extract taste to it, but I imagine it must have some sort of extract because in order to get the heat that high. All right, minute in, heat's starting to kick in. Like I said, I did swallow it, so at least the majority of it's kind of down, but now the residue is sort of kicking in. Try not to cough too much because that's where you really run into some trouble. So, I don't know if I guess I'll keep that. So I do like to have the ghost pepper ones, like the normal ones around. Typically, if I go to like Five Below or something like that, or even just off Amazon, I'll be stocking up on those. They're pretty good for like just like an everyday sort of deal. The lime one's pretty good too. I haven't really tried any of the others. There's a jalapeno, there's a nacho cheese, and there's a chili lemon. Sorry, salsa. I see them around, but usually I just tend to go for the hot stuff and kind of deal with that. All right, so let's put that back. Eyes are watering. Yep, this one definitely packs quite a bit of heat. Some other things I like to do is usually at my breakfast for morning, my eggs, I have like a Satan's blood or something like that, or I think Black Widow sauce was another one that I use on my eggs a lot. It just sort of helps me acclimate to heat on a regular basis so I can handle things like this, which I admit, this is, it's kind of kicking your butt a bit. The thing I noticed about these, it's not so much the heat, like I can't take it, it's actually just like, have you ever slammed your finger in a car door and it just like pulsates and it's like, you just want the hurting to go away because there's really nothing you can do. You can't really rub it, you can't really do much about it. That's kind of how like the sides of my tongue, the bottom of my gums, it just has this like throbbing, like, or almost like you've hung upside down and your head's kind of like got all its blood in it. It's just like almost like I don't know how to explain it. Almost like your blood pressure is just like pushing real hard. All right, so we are at 3 minutes 20 seconds right now. Forget what I did last time. Probably have to look at it again. I feel like it was somewhere in the 3-minute range. I know my daughter was taking it a little bit worse than I did. So I don't know when I'm going to break. I feel like I don't want to have too much dead air either, but I do want to sort of keep talking. Now let's take a look at some of the boxes. I know I just showed them before. I never got the ones before 2019. I think it was actually 2016 and 2017, or maybe 15, 16. I'm not sure. Oh, cold air feels nice. But the first time they had it was you actually had to win it by being tagged by someone else who got it. I'm guessing it was a chicken and egg scenario where someone had to have it originally. But basically you had to do the challenge, tag someone, post it, and then the person who got tagged had a chance of getting one in turn, and then they could just keep doing it over and over. A good way to social media kind of market it. Pretty ingenious. In 2019, for this one, it was you had to buy either the ghost pepper or the chili lemon. And inside there was a code. You could put it online and you could win it. 1 out of 10 bags won. However, I think they sort of just gave away a lot right off the bat because the later bags I bought, none of them ended up being winners. However, the first bag I bought was a winner. So I think they just sort of like did a lottery system, sold them out when they ran out. Everyone just became a loser at that point. The following year, 2020, they sort of just reversed the color scheme on it. And basically, I don't know. Yeah, they're both Carolina Reapers. This one says Szechuan. I'm not sure what that is. And I'm not sure. I think this might have gone back to like a regular colored tortilla. I'm not entirely sure. But basically, you could just buy these at 7-Eleven. I pretty much just saw them in stores. Next year, 2021, we got Carolina Reaper and Scorpion. And basically, this one again, you can just buy it at 7-Eleven. However, I did see them on Amazon. That's why I grabbed a couple of them for that. And then this year, again, I see them on Amazon. I was actually just kind of curious to see if they were out yet. And the day they were released, I just happened to check. I grabbed a couple. And then I haven't checked out 7-Eleven yet. Usually it's more towards end of September, November or so. Sorry, October rather. And those are when you can sort of see them in stores. And they also start stocking the ghost pepper, which you can pretty much get year-round at this point. But yeah, at this point, they actually kind of just have a bit of a wider release with the yearly one-chip challenge. All right, we are at almost 6.5 minutes now. I don't want to I don't want to bore anyone too much. Because really, the heat's kind of dying down. I think at this point I probably could just ride this out. I know drinking something's not really going to help anything. Oh, I just coughed and went down my throat. Just reinvigorated the burn. Yeah, a couple other things I picked up. The Clearly Canadian. I don't know if this has been around for, or at least the re-release has been around for a while. I just saw it in a convenience store, so I kind of have some cool memories. I did a little bit of an article on this on my other site, where I actually still have a couple of the bottles from the 90s. Looks very similar. The only difference is it has a couple extra maple leaf logos, and this does use cane sugar now as opposed to high fructose corn syrup, which is very nice. On the downside, the Elements used to be in that nice huge glass bottle, and now we have this eco-friendly, whatever that means, plastic bottle. How a plastic bottle is eco-friendly compared to glass, I don't know, but we're just supposed to trust the marketing. And then the Pepsi Nitro. This has a very similar consistency to the strawberry, I don't know what it's called, strawberry cream. It's some sort of, it's like I think it's a Rockstar. But basically it's it's like a strawberry flavor, but it has like a very smooth, almost like hypercarbonated texture to it. So it's not really foamy. It just feels like, it doesn't feel like a traditional liquid texture. It's just very, very smooth. All right, we are at 12 minus 4, 8.5 minutes now. Okay, I'm gonna, maybe we'll ride it out to 10 minutes and just kind of see where we are at that point. At this point, the heat's pretty much gone down to the point where maybe if I just had one of the normal ghost pepper chips, so you have that lingering heat to it. It's really not bad at the moment. So I think I pretty much got through the brute force of it. Probably by swallowing so much of it within that minute mark, I got most of it down. The real trick will be determining whether my stomach can handle it. Because last time, for the rest of the day, I had some problem. It was just, I just had that stomach cramp that just really, really hurt. I think the problem was I did it on an empty stomach. I made sure I did eat something before this. That was one of the recommendations that I got. And I think that just helps sort of dilute whatever's going into your stomach, so it's not just sitting there on an empty stomach and making your time a lot worse. Okay, 45 more seconds. All right. Yeah, it's settling down. It's really, really not that bad anymore. Just a little bit around my lips, a little bit around the sides of my tongue, kind of where it initially packed its punch. Yeah, I mean, it's almost down to like just, I don't know, I want to say like a habanero at this point. Not too bad. A little bit of tears in my eyes, which I'm going to touch with the same fingers that I grabbed the chip with, because that's smart. All right, we're rolling down. Last 10 seconds. 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Made it 10 minutes. So I'm going to, I'll leave those alone because this, I don't know. I used to love these, and then I had the cherry one the other day and it was like really gross. The Snapple, I felt like I liked that more when it came out. Whereas this one, I didn't really like it when it came out, but it's sort of grown on me. Interesting about this is this thing actually like growls at you when you open it. Hear that? It's almost like aggressive. Like, yeah, you're gonna drink me. You're gonna pay for that. Almost like drinking foam and nothing but foam the entire time. All right, that's about did it. Yeah, one drink just flushed the entire heat out of it. So really, really not bad. But it actually tasted really good. If it wasn't for such the intense heat, it'd probably be a good normal flavor to release if they just sort of knock the heat down to a little bit and just made it like a normal tortilla. So really good. I don't know. I might go back at some point and try to do the 2020 and the 2021 at some point. But if you do have the ability, definitely check these out. It's a good chip. It's a good challenge. If you can really take heat well, it's going to be a fun time. Thank you.